Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, this is the latest update. Work pretty well finished on our overhead shelter, a roof, however you want to put that, on our swimming pool. So there is a shaded area where we can invite people, where they can come, and as we often get our early morning guests, we'll have some bamboo seating out here. But it's pretty well done. There's some other stuff to go in. Personally, with my Western approach to things, I would like to see these things bolted. I'd like to see a spacer in there with bolts, like a meter, a fillet pushed up into there, snug. We'll plane it down to fit nicely, and we'll bolt that all together, both sides. Bolts up on here as well. Timio's looked me in the eye and said, I don't think it needs it. And I've looked him back in the eye and said, I do. So here we are. And those joints, I feel, those places where it joins, I would do it differently, but then it's not me that's doing it. I would like to see those places where they just butt jointed them, I'd like to see them bolted. Now they're going along. I would have done this differently as well, but then we don't have the spare material. Personally, I like, when I used to do these myself, I used to like to see a foot of the same 2x4 coming out and going down. Makes like a boot on there, and makes it look very nice. Timio's idea is to go around and do a little foot on there with cement, which is what he's doing right now. There it is, rough cast. And here. And we're now going to go along. We're going to get Michael in, who, as I said, masterminded this whole thing under Tracy. Did all of the concrete work on this, along with help, of course. But he put all of this in, this nice deck. All that my only input was to say, this is how big I want it. This is how I want it done. I wanted a retaining wall. Well, we built a retaining wall. As you can see, it's not pretty from here, but then it should be smooth rendered, which at some point we will do. There's that structure. And that's quite a nice entertaining area that we'll have once that's done. We had to take, regretfully, we had to take down, and we showed a video earlier, I'm sure Beth will have got that up, but we had to take down a coconut tree. It was exciting watching that come down. And there it is. Now, I've asked Timio if we'll be able to use this, and he assures me we will be able to. There's something mysterious about coconut wood that if I say, oh, that will be useful, everybody says, no, it's the wrong kind. So I stand corrected. And then if I say, well, that's no good, it's coconut, they say, ah, no, this is good, because it's old coconut. So whatever, I get used to being wrong. Now, this is our little area where we'll be putting in the pool equipment, and of course we'll concrete this in. They just concreted the only the part that they needed to in there, and not really. Oh, well, yes, it is. It's a fairly smooth finish, probably enough for the inside of this kind of thing. Still got the supports there. This is actually strongly reinforced with rebar, so it doesn't need to have that wood in there. That was only to keep it up, but who knows, may possibly leave that in. If it's not doing any harm, why not? More work to take it out than to leave it in. As you can see, the retaining wall goes right around. It would be nice to get water in that pool, then I won't feel so cautious when I'm walking around here in the dark. But we do have this little foot. It's a foot long or a foot high drop. So when the water comes in, it will be coming in right up to here. This was my plan, or possibly more. May come right up to the top or very close to it. This will be tiled along the edges and down there. Now that means that anybody doesn't have to try to get out of the pool. They can get onto this. They got the buoyancy that comes from the water, and so they can get up and sit on this area here, and they'll still have their butt right up to the waist into the water. Now we do keep having pleas from one of our subscribers who says, please don't have the electric light into the pool, because he thinks that everybody's going to be electrocuted. But we will have all of the precautions that would normally be taken near water and anyway on the electrics, because we'll need a breaker, and that breaker will be put in. It will be inside the house, inside the guest house probably. There's the guest house. It probably will be inside there. I'm just not sure about that yet. I'm just looking at that tin. Doesn't look particularly pretty, so it may end up that we do the cladding like we've done there, which I actually do like. So we may get them to do that. Hey, Taliklik, who are you running from? The dogs? No. Huh? Now, a lot of people said that they would like to hear you speak. Wow, you see, that's all it took to get her to purse her lips. Was there anything that you could say? No, that's a very expressive shoulder shrug. Oh, come on, Taliklik. Could you please talk to me? What? You're a wally, you know that?
No.
Yes.
No.
No. Yes. Well, that's Talik. Talkative Talik. Alright, so we're very happy at how things are coming along. The guys have got to do as much as they can today. Get as much as they can done. And get rid of some of this garbage. What happens will be, or what will happen will be, that the Superman team will get as much of that block work done. They built that little house today. That will be done. It will be taken to a dun that our own Manorado, who is there doing demolishing work, and he tends to like to stay close to home, close to here. His house is down there, as I've showed many times. So he lives very close, and he needs to be very close because of his son. So we try to keep him employed. There's his house down there. Look, it's just a stone's throw. Okay, Mananglina's house, Tata's house and Maricel. Our house, the red house, the unfinished one. And our guest house. And then when you come down here, we've got that one continuous roof now that gives a terrific amount of shelter to people visiting Nanai's house. Now, Nanai's house is, we may decide to finally get Nanai into a house. That house is virtually what every one of Beth's siblings have lived in and been brought up in. The only extension to that house, the only main difference was they took the cladding off, the Amacon cladding, and they put plywood on, and they did that little extension there. You can see the difference between the old rusty roof and the newer roof, which was done about 5 or 6 years ago. And that whole thing really needs to come down and to be extended out over that path at least, and just give her a nicer house. She said that she will be more than happy to have a house that looks in style like the guest house, because it's a very modest house inside hers. But I'll do a video on that soon and take you on a little tour of Nanai's house, which actually we've never done. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. This is our deck. This is our, well, as you can see, our roofed over section, which is looking really nice. I'm really thrilled with that. It will be a great area to just hang out by the pool. So, thanks for looking in. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and it is a big help to us if you at least leave, not saying that you should be glued to the screen while these commercials are on, but if you can let them run, that really does make a difference to the money that we can earn from the work that we do, and it helps to subsidize all of the stuff that we do. So we are asking that you just let them run, please. Okay, talk again very soon. Bye for now.